This is 7 National News. In our top story this evening, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE, and in his capacity as the ruler of Dubai, has issued 2 laws for the Dubai International Financial Centre. The laws include the Markets Law and a Regulatory Amendment Law of 2012. The Dubai Financial Services Authority announced today that the new Markets Law, which replaces the current Markets Law of 2004, includes changes to prospectus disclosure, what activities constitute an offer, market misconduct provisions and corporate governance. The amendments to the Regulatory Law of 2004 support the changes brought about by the new Markets Law regime. The law now provides for the DFSA to undertake regulatory oversight of auditors of DIFC incorporated companies listed on an authorised market institution or any other exchange. The amendments also make changes to the recognition powers of the DFSA with respect to cross-border trading, including recognition of alternative trading systems. UAE Minister of Foreign Trade, Sheikh Lubna bin Khalid bin Sultan Al Qasimi, has arrived in Rio de Janeiro as head of the UAE's delegation to take part in Rio 20, the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development. She is backed by a delegation representative of more than 20 public and private sector entities from across the country that share the nation's vision of a green economy and are actively working to advance the Rio 20 agenda in support of global sustainable development for all. During the conference, Sheikh Lubna will address heads of state and world environmental leaders. At the end of 2011, 15.2 million people were refugees, of whom 46% were children under the age of 18 and 48% accounted for women and girls, according to statistics provided by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Today marks World Refugee Day, and countries across the world will be observing the cause, as well as the plight for safety and the hope for individuals in dire straits. The theme this year is "One family forced to flee is too many." Millions of people are forced to flee their homes under threat of persecution, post-conflict or post-disaster, leaving 42.5 million forcibly displaced people in need of humanitarian support and assistance.
You see, UNHCR is running against time to save lives, and also we are running with a very limited budget. We see that with the economic crisis all around the world, it has affected mainly humanitarian funding, which is funding that is both necessary and for saving lives and saving livelihoods. So we can see that a lot of our problems are with the lack of funding for humanitarian aid, which is always a problem because most of our appeals go half funded, if anything, and sometimes even less.
Afghanistan is considered to have the highest rate of refugees at 4.8 million, and Gulf governments are encouraged to contribute financially towards this global issue.
The biggest producer of refugees in the world, and it is by all means the most protracted refugee situation now, is Afghanistan from UNHCR's point of view, because as you know, there is UNHCR that takes care of refugees around the world who are mandated as an international agency under the UN to take care of refugees and to basically cater to their every need. But at the same time, there is another agency, which is called UNRWA, which basically takes care of 4.8 refugees, which are of Palestinian origin. So for us, the biggest country that has produced refugees is Afghanistan. Our main contributors are governments, and it's totally voluntary funding. So we always urge governments to get more involved, especially governments of the Gulf, because these are governments that are very generous, that have been involved in humanitarian aid over and over every year. We would like them to channel some of those funds through the UN and through UNHCR, who are doing a mammoth job of trying to respond to so many refugee crises at the same time all around the world.
There have been reports that people in Ras Al Khaimah felt minor tremors on Tuesday afternoon after an apparent earthquake of 4.2 magnitude hit near the Iranian town of Jaraft. However, the National Center of Meteorology and Seismology sent a circular today denying that an earthquake did actually hit the south of Iran, also denying that tremors were felt in the UAE. Meanwhile, Dubai Municipality has completed installation works for 5 devices in urban areas of Dubai to monitor earthquakes. According to Mohammed Mashroom, Director of of the survey department with the civic body. The instalment of these new devices, in addition to the current network for seismic monitoring of Dubai municipality, will hopefully support and increase the efficiency of early earthquake warning systems. Finally this evening, Dubai continues to attract major international brands. Among them is La Perla, the international leading creator of luxurious and fashionable lingerie, nightwear, swimwear and loungewear for women and men since 1954. La Perla opened today its largest store in the world at the Mall of the Emirates in an effort to cater to a growing demand for lingerie across the Middle East and GCC regions. At present, they have a chain of 100 stores worldwide and 2 in the UAE, in addition to the massive space displaying their wide range for women and men. A museum featuring vintage items and collections has been added, as well as a bridal and VIP section. According to company officials, their expansion is more than just a financial investment.
Investment of timing and culture to understand what is important, what can we do, how can we face these needs. So it's a dedication of timing, of understanding. And we create a VIP bridal section area dedicated, private, where a woman can choose, spend her time, all the time she needs, to find something according to this very special occasion, very special moment.
Up next, we have the day's business news for you, so stay with us.